Okay. Okay. I can't wait for Honkai to drop. The biggest MMORPG release of 2023. That's interesting. Apologies for the voice. Was sick while recording this. Don't worry. This is by LazyPeon. Obviously, I'll have all the links in the description and all that good stuff, right?
It's been more than a year since the release of a AAA MMORPG, and now that the last real player quit Lost Ark and left the bots to play by themselves, it begs the
No, guys, I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck with the bots. Okay, I'm still here, stuck with the bots. I actually just hit 1560, ready for the new patch tomorrow, guys. Okay, we're gonna be doing hard mode bro sheezy. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, playing with all the bots.
The question: what's next? I know you guys are
that is
for the next
true.
big MMORPG.
I am
find
actually.
a new home, or just have fun with for a few months.
I want to have fun with for a few months with friends.
Right now is Throne and Liberty. I spent a
Throne
few
and
hours
Liberty.
researching all of the available information about this game and organised it in this video, so you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to get hyped for it or not. But
Okay,
first,
sounds good.
Higan Arufiel
Hashtag
is an
ad.
epic new strategic anime RPG with 3D real-time combat. In this game, you
So
take
it's
on the
like
role of
Honkai
the
Star Rail,
Director, who's the leader of Gopher Troop, an organization of castaways.
The banners are
set
gone?
with the
Yeah, I
task
know,
of
I know.
liberating millions of people from a curse that's
Damn, look at
trapped
this
their
queen.
souls in fantasy land.
Wait, she's
To
Senora.
save the world, you'll need to recruit powerful characters of different classes to join your 4-person squad. Level up a
4-person
weapon
squad
and
again.
equip those characters with
Yep,
enhancements.
yep.
Engage
SSRs,
multiple
SRs.
formats.
So like, oh my god, every single anime game is just the same from now on until the end of time. It's just be the same shit, bro. You know the problem with overpopulation with all of these games is that it just gets filtered out. Same thing as watching fucking isekais. You know how many isekais I watched before I got bored of them? Like 2, 3, maybe max. And each one of them was unique and different. The rest were just all the fucking same. It is just so washed up. But go get your bag, Peon. Listen, I respect it. If somebody gave me that sponsor, I would have fucking taken it and try and sell this as well. Because, like, come on. It's free money, bro. Come on.
Together effectively.
You'd be dumb not to take
Next,
it.
you'll embark on an epic, fully voice-acted story full of cutscenes where you'll travel back and
Hey, yo, we might have to start playing this game. What was this game again? I forgot.
Between reality and fantasy land, taking on deadly bosses and waves of evil enemies. Combat in Higan Arufiel is in real time and
wait, this soundtrack in the background.
Abilities in bullet time. Characters have their own ultimate, the camera
dynamic
changes whenever a character uses an ability, and each hero can be strategically
It's the My Hero
positioned
soundtrack,
based
right?
on their class type. Aside from being visually stunning, having an awesome combat system and an epic story, Higan Arufiel also has other fun features such as the Labyrinth, which is a roguelike dungeon mode, the rehearsal room, which has rhythm gameplay, the dressing room, which is a camera studio where you can take photos of the troop members, and a delicate immersive affection system.
Yeah, people will definitely be using
the description below to play
photo system a lot.
For a 100%
in this game.
Get a free SSR hero.
Oh, I get to get one of those free SSR waifus.
Is a tab target open world fantasy MMORPG developed by NCSoft and is the spiritual successor to the Lineage series. It also shares the same IP and world map with another upcoming NCSoft game called Project E. MMORPGs tend to have long development
Who remembers that meme?
But this one takes the cake. TL was announced in 2011 when the project was initially called Lineage Eternal and was supposed to be the anticipated sequel to Lineage 2.
What is that?
Initially, the game was a top-down MMORPG and looks a lot like Lost Ark does today. But after a closed beta that received negative feedback, NCSoft announced in 2017 that they were going to do a massive overhaul and rebuild the game from the ground up. The director of the game was replaced and the project was renamed to Throne and Liberty. So what is Throne and Liberty? Well, according to the new director, there's no right way to play an MMORPG, and he gave this explanation for the name. Throne symbolizes the PvP community with competition and combat, and Liberty symbolizes the freedom to seek out your own adventures in the game world. The world will be fully explorable with 0 loading screens or instances, and based on some comments...
That actually sounds... Okay, yes. So... loading screens, depending on how much loading screens there is, right? Like, and what you have to do to get the loading screen. For example, like enter an area or like enter a building or whatever, right? Sometimes it's not really too bad when you're entering like houses, let's say. I don't think that's too big of a deal. But the less loading screen time, the better, because it's the flow of the game. You know what I mean? You don't wanna constantly fucking keep on loading the screen, and it's like you're playing and then load the screen, playing, load the screen. It's just so choppy and it's just not fun, right? The more fluid you can get an MMO to be, the better, 100%. So that actually sounds really, really promising. Like minimized loading time.
Not be channels similar to Black Desert either, as they really want to push interaction between players.
No channels as well. Wait, no channels or less channels?
Similar to Black Desert, be explorable with zero loading screens or instances, and based on some
no
comments
instances
made by
as well,
the devs,
apparently.
there might not be channels similar
The
to
games
Black
look
Desert
like,
either.
look at this. It looks so fun to explore. There's a lot of different colors, like different variations. The world looks nice and open. Hopefully it's populated well, because obviously there's no point having a nice and beautiful and wide like amount of like places and just pure massive to explore without really having anything to do there. Like it's just pointless running at that point. But we'll see.
As they really want to push interaction between players. In what I consider a rather bold move in current year, the combat will be classic tab target, where casting an ability will root you in place. We don't know how many skills will have mobility or how the combat will feel, but if you look at all of the in-game footage released so far, you can see that the characters stop moving whenever they're casting something. This is probably one of the biggest deal breakers people will have, and honestly, I don't even know how they can pull off a satisfying combat system like this in 2023 when we're used to the buttery smooth combat of BDO or Lost Ark. One of the potential reasons why the devs
BDO, in my opinion, just completely changed the MMO combat system when it first came out, for me personally. Now, I only played it for like a couple of days and then stopped playing because all of my friends never jumped back on it when it first released on PlayStation for free, right? But like, and then you had to pay for it after, I'm pretty sure. So that's why less people even started jumping on. But BDO was so fun. I just remember it being like a kind of run simulator, because like when the game first launched, you had to run everywhere. Okay, no mount, nothing. You just had to run, dude. And the auto runs feature was nice, but when you had to run somewhere far, you just used to leave your character and you used to just do a fucking marathon, bro. You used to just dash. Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Decided to go with this type of
go get some food, you know.
Is performance on large-scale scenarios. There's going to be massive PvP battles and raid bosses where hundreds of players are all going to be on the screen at once casting their spells.
Where you can transform into like birds or something to fly?
Bosses where hundreds of players are all going to be on the screen at once casting.
That's like a gliding system. So this is like a gliding system. I'm not sure you'll be able to fly. It's kind of just like gliding down. But you turn into a bird when you're gliding down. That's kind of sick.
Their spells.
Look at the monsters as well. Look at the amount of people. Wait, there's no way.
If you played a Black Desert Online Siege, you know that the trade-off for the top-tier combat is a big hit on the game's performance. The devs have...
I mean, come on. Like, if each character... Like, you see the abilities in BDO. If you think about it, if each character casts, like, an ability... Yes, there's probably a setting that you can turn off, like, the visual effects for people's abilities, like you can do in Lost Ark, right? Like, even without that, just the sheer amount of people moving and just running around and there's enemies and it's just killing. It's just crazy.
I've mentioned multiple times that optimization was a main focus for this game. And they even went as far as promising good performance even during massive battles and world bosses, which we almost never see in MMOs. As for the engine,
that's a big promise.
This game used the same engine that Guild Wars uses, but after the reboot it was upgraded to Unreal Engine 4.
Damn, how is he running up to that with basic axe?
I have to assume that the game
so much confidence
to UE5, but I can't actually find any confirmation of this anywhere. If Throne and Liberty is still using Unreal 4 and didn't make the upgrade, then this would be a cause for concern, as not only will the performance be worse, but the game also wouldn't age as well with other UE5 MMOs on the horizon such as Arcade 2, Ashes of Creation and PAX Day. So what exactly separates Throne and Liberty from other MMOs? What makes this...
See, I need to look this up. What is the difference when it comes to performance between UE4 and UE5? Because if it's just the looks and graphics, that doesn't matter, again, as long as gameplay is fun. Now, they did say that they're taking a bit of a bold move where you have to stand still to cast, right? As long as instead of having like that smooth gameplay. But like my question is there a difference in performance or is it just looks? I'm not too sure. Like I don't know what the differences are like ultimately, you know.
This game unique. First of all, traversing the
I know it
world
obviously
will
looks
be
better.
part of the game, as there's no traditional mounts and fast travel will be somewhat limited. In fact, every player will be able
Fast
to
travel will be
transform
limited.
into animals and monsters, as well as use grappling hooks to move throughout the environment. In the trailers, you can see players seamlessly morphing into different animals to move in and out of combat,
That looked
and
interesting.
even transform into massive giants to siege castle walls.
Wait, they're players? They are players you can turn into this? During like big siege battles. That makes sense. But like, I thought they were just monsters you had to kill. I thought they were bosses.
Another
What
way
the
of
fuck?
traveling will be a giant flying object that looks like a whale, a shifting terrain
What
island
is
that moves along a
that?
set route like a subway line, and will give players access to areas not normally accessible. This island will also have PvP, as people will compete for these hard to access locations every few hours for 30 minutes. Perhaps one of the most interesting features of Throne and Liberty, though, is its weather
That just sounds
system.
like so much
The
fun.
world will have your
It sounds
usual
hectic and
day-night
I love it.
cycle that lasts respectively 4 and 1 hours. There's also going to be environmental changes
I missed that.
that lasts respectively
The weather system. Let's go
30
back.
minutes. Perhaps one of the most interesting features of Throne and Liberty, though, is its weather system.
Okay.
The world will have your usual day-night cycle that lasts respectively 4 and 1 hours. There's also going to be environmental
4 and 1. So 4 hours for a day, 1 hour for a night. Right? That's the ratio.
changes such as strong wind and rain. Nothing
Yeah, strong
groundbreaking
wind,
so far, but the cool
rain,
part is
yeah.
that not only will the world change depending on the weather, like a flood opening up a secret dungeon entrance, or a storm allowing you to glide on top of castle walls, but your skills will also be affected by these elements.
Okay.
Also, players who are on top of certain leaderboards will be able to trigger powerful environmental effects, like a solar eclipse or a rainstorm once a day. Here we can see some examples
Holy
of the weather
shit.
system
Imagine, bro. You can flex a solar eclipse. That just in and of itself sounds cool. Like, you gain your power levels so high.
in action, like the wizard's lightning hitting only one target with normal weather, but during the rain the lightning chains
Electro-charged.
to nearby targets,
Or it chains.
or the blink skill getting a longer range during the nighttime, which brings us to another fairly unique feature
Damn,
of
that
the
looks
game,
sick.
the classes. Throne
Class
and
system.
Liberty features a classless combat system similar to the one in New World, where your skills change depending on the weapon that you have equipped. You'll be able to have 2 weapons that can be switched at any time, and so far the confirmed weapons are the longbow, one-handed crossbow, longsword, sword and shield, tome and wand, dual daggers, and the staff.
Oh, we're gonna have to go for the daggers. Now, the thing is, I would actually want to have something different than a dagger. But, like, I just have to stick to my assassin ways. You know, my ass-in ways.
To mix and match any of these to create your own playstyle. Keep in mind that this might not be the full list of available weapons, these are just the ones we've seen so far.
Okay.
One unique feature for the character customization in Throne and Liberty is the use
Well, also,
of AI to create
before use of AI to create your character. Also with the weapons, they said that you could just change your weapons. So it's based off of your weapons, like based on the skill you've got. Well, he said based off of the weapon you've got equipped. So I'm hoping you can just change your weapon and change your playstyle whenever you want, instead of creating a new character like in Lost Ark. Because, you know, he said equipped, so that means weapons are equipable, and if they're equipable, then you could interchange them. Now, maybe he just means, you know, different types of the same weapon when you create a character. But hopefully it means you could just equip anything.
create a character
And switch
from
your,
a
like,
photo. So if you suck at making a character that looks like yourself,
AI, you can upload your photo and then create yourself.
AI to create a character from a photo. So if you suck at making a character that looks like yourself, or you want to look like Keanu Reeves, now you don't have to be very skilled to make a cool looking character, just simply upload a picture from your computer. Also, there's only one
It looks
player
really
race
in-depth,
confirmed so
and I like
far,
that.
and that's humans. A little bit boring, and yeah, sorry furries.
Doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, yes, you need immersion. You want to be an elf, you want to be this, you want to be that. But there's immersion in your own class and what you do as well, right? You don't necessarily need to look like or be a specific race to have that specific role. You don't. It's also, it is immersion, right? But in order to fill a role, because I explained that really, really bad. In order to fill a specific role, you don't need to be like a specific fantasy like race. You know what I mean? If you want to be a tank, you don't need to be like a fucking big like gorilla or whatever. You can just be a big beefy guy, right? You want to be a mage, you don't need or a healer, you don't need to be an elf, or you don't need to be like just any of these mystical creatures. You can just be a girl or a guy healer. It doesn't really matter, right? That's the beauty of this. It's kind of simplistic, right? They could have expanded it, but at the same time, it's not really important for me.
Let's let the cat out of the bag. This is a Korean MMORPG, which means at its core, it's going to be designed to have pay to win in one form or another. No doubt about that.
Like, I know, man. I know, Peon. Like, you know it, I know it. Everybody fucking knows it. Okay? It's gonna have some bullshit in the game that's gonna incentivize you to spend money or grind your whole life away. And it's just, yeah, it's just, fuck, man.
If it makes you feel any better though, the devs have said that they want to minimize the effect of the pay-to-win systems and have a small gap between those that pay and those who don't.
Yeah, that's what. It's still a fucking gap though, isn't there? It's still a gap. How about having just paid skins? Whatever. But even that is like, dude, okay, have paid skins, but having paid skins that make you look cooler than like the skins that you can grind out, it's still cringe as well, right? Because like you're grinding towards something, yes, progression, but after you get to the end game and you complete your progression, you want to farm and do like events and do like quests and do like achievements to get like something out of it, like a weapon skin or a weapon glow or just cool armor, cool pieces, cool necklace, just whatever, right? And if you make the pay to win ones, like the shop ones, look better, it just makes the grinding obsolete. What's the point of doing that then?
There are no features
it's
that can
tough.
be reached.
It's tough because they need to make money. They need to make money somehow. If you can't pay for the game, if the game is pay to win from the beginning, they have to have monetization inside the game in order to last and, well, sustain the game, right? But like, how do you do that without fucking up the people that want to have a fair system in place in an MMO? You just cannot. Just cannot. Time cannot be the essence of how good or how powerful you are in a game anymore. It also has to count in the money.
By swiping, and there are no one-shots. Instead, the time to kill is long enough to allow for strategy to take place, apparently.
Okay.
Make
Apparently,
of this
huh?
what you will, the game's not even out yet, and they're already trying to justify the pay-to-win elements in it, which isn't really a good sign, but
exactly.
at least they're honest about it.
Like we don't even know the pay-to-win systems in it, and they're already trying to justify it, knowing there's gonna be bullshit in the game.
We believe that Black Desert Online as a game has a good enough quality that we can actually ask for money up front. It will also help to balance the game because we don't have to use free-to-play, pay-to-win antics to earn money.
So what does endgame look like in Throne and Liberty? What can you actually do? Well, for PvE you have the following. Multi-layered dungeons out in the open world where lower level players will be able to grind on the surface, but the mobs get stronger the deeper you go.
Yes,
the game will
dude.
have raids and world bosses for large groups of players, but similar to Lineage 2, these bosses will likely also be PvP hotspots, with guilds competing to get credit for the kill. And we also got a small glance
That's kind
at
of
a
cringe.
massive sea monster, so this game might also have ocean raids similar to Arcade.
That
As
would be
far as
sick.
I can tell, there's no
Yeah, the battling for the kill is cringe, but like, fuck it. If you're gonna go bold, go with it. That's literally what was happened to the MMO I played a long time ago. This is what I like. The deeper that you go, the stronger the enemies get. So like have a, how do you call it? A dungeon system. You can call it a dungeon or like an area system, right? So the old school MMO that I used to play had this as well. It had at least 3 floors or 3 different rooms. Obviously, you had to load. You had to load in between each room. But like the first floor is like the easy one. Just run through it, right? You can just run through it. You don't have to farm the mobs, whatever. That's for the beginners, right? And then you got the stronger floors, and then the last floor is the floor where the mobs are like crazy strong, and there's more of them, and there's big packs. So they could just fuck you up if you're alone. And then at the end of that, you've got the boss. Now, I'm not sure how they want to do this. Whether they want to do this where the boss just respawns after a specific amount of time, which again, it will be a hotspot for a it will be like a hotspot for like guild battles, I should say. Yo, Martin, what's up? Get you at 625. Oh, wait. Oh, you picking me up? Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Damn. Oh, you messaged me. That's why you messaged me. Thank you. Yeah, I am gonna finish off stream soon because I wanted to get ready to go to catch my bus. But I do appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Let's see. So as I was saying, only just. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. I do appreciate you. As I was saying, yeah, and it will probably be an area for guild battles to make sure they get the kill, if that's the case. Now, if they do it in a way where you enter the boss room, and for example, it's instant based, and you can party up before you enter the room, quote unquote room, and then you have like a specific party or your own party, go for the kill, and it will be like on the side of other people being able to do that. That could also be a good idea. For example, there was specific bosses in my MMO where you had to get like a drop from specific monsters, or you had to be very lucky to get like a key from a specific monster. Well, not specific, from any random monsters, right? But yeah, it was a really low chance. And when you do get that, you can invite a party of your friends to run this boss, right? It could cause trouble, but it could also minimize some of the competition or competing for the boss style gameplay, you know?
Information about instanced dungeons or raids, as the game seems to be...
Oh, he was literally saying about that, my
As far
bad.
as I can tell, there's no information about instanced dungeons or raids.
Okay.
As the game seems to be following the lineage...
So that's what I was talking about just a sec ago, like the instant style bosses, right? And if there's no information, then yeah, maybe it will be just a world thing. And it
design approach of having everything be PvEVP. You fight
PvEVP
PvE mobs and bosses, but there's always that chance of being contested by other players.
Okay.
When it comes to professions, there's no real concrete information about this yet, although the only one showcased so far has been herbalism. PvP content in Throne and Liberty consists of a focus on large organised fights and GVG content, where you fight to control zones to gain resources for your guild, as well as castle sieges, where one side controls a castle and the other side must attack it with the help of unique transformations controlled by players, such as this giant monster.
That looks sick. Giant monster. He just jumps up, bro. I thought he was going to break down the wall.
All we know that most areas are safe zones, and when a boss or event spawns, those areas then become combat zones.
Sounds cool.
The 3 pillars of core gameplay in Throne and Liberty are environment, events, and memorials.
Okay.
Environment refers to there being a big focus on the traversal of the giant, fully open game world, using transformations and grappling, as well as the way that weather changes the environment and impacts player skills. Events refer to local events that trigger every 3 hours and last approximately 20 minutes. These events are on a schedule and viewable on the world map, with some of these events having leaderboards and turning certain locations into open PvP zones. An example given was the Wolf Tails event near the starting area. You collect wolf tails, the number you have in your inventory is displayed above your head, and then you return those tails to one of 3 locations. Players can then PvP to steal the tails from each other. Here your choice is to play it safe by handing in the tails frequently, or hold on to a large amount of tails for efficiency but risk being killed. Memorials refer to dynamic content that becomes available sequentially according to the progress of all players on a server. There's not a lot of information on this feature, but my interpretation of it is that the server community can work together to complete tasks, which may cause new areas to become unlocked for a certain period of time, Kinda similar to how Ashes of Creation's node system can trigger story arcs in the world based on player activity. But again, there's not many details on this.
That sounds
and I
cool.
might have misunderstood the Korean translation.
So
at this
what they're doing, okay, release date. Before he gets into the release date, so it's something like, for example, if your server level is progressing really, really fast, they preemptively set up things that can unlock for your server, so you don't go to endgame fast enough or too fast. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there will be horizontal content, but like the I can't even say the word. Verticality, right? Is verticality? I'm pretty sure that's verticality of your whole world and your own progression is based off of like everybody else's progression. That sounds sick. I'm not sure if it's repeatable, like you can do it over and over again, or if it's like a one-time thing and it's like constantly open up for everybody. We'll wait and see. But no, it sounds fun. It sounds promising, man.
You're probably asking, when can I play this damn game?
When can you play it?
Well, NCSoft confirmed that the game entered its final stages of development 7 months ago. And in February, they held a closed beta test in Korea. According to the latest conference calls with investors, NCSoft said that the game will release globally in the first half of 2023 on PC and console, and that it would be published in the West by Amazon Game Studios.
Amazon again. Oh, it's better. It's better than like having any niche publishers. But at the same time, let's just hope that there is no miscommunication, no fucking bullshit, and no forced, like, monetization. Because, like, yeah, the Lost Ark incidents were crazy. Patches being delayed, shit going wrong, people, like, being forced to spend for Argos. Like, all of that shit was so questionable, man. Let's hope they don't make the same mistake with this game.
If by any chance you're the owner of a calendar,
it's still not too
you'll know
bad.
that we're very rapidly approaching the end of the first half of the year, and
damn, bro, really? No, listen, honestly, yes. So obviously, you know what's 12 divided by 2? 6. Quick maths. I'm a genius, I know. We're getting pretty close to that 6th month of the year. If that's what they said, unless they're gonna postpone it, like, yo, it's pretty close. It's around the corner. It could be next month.
So far there's been almost no marketing done for the game, and no official release date. But if you're asking me, I'd have to guess the game will release around September, or at least before Blue Protocol, another game published by AGS. So, should you be hyped for Throne and Liberty?
Before Blue Protocol.
Well,
yeah, Blue Protocol is another game we're going to be playing. Sorry for pausing so much.
What I've learned about the game, that depends if you enjoyed Lineage 2 or not, because this very much seems like a true Lineage 2 successor. For me personally,
I never played Lineage
2, but from the stories I've heard about the game, it was a very unique MMORPG that essentially gave players near infinite content due to the way that every PvE encounter had the risk of PvP. And even to this day, it still boasts some of the most epic castle siege stories in MMO history. Let's be honest, we don't get many MMO releases, so even if this game has clunky tab targeting combat and dogshit optimization, plus us desperate MMO addicts will still try it out, because the truth is,
we'll try
no matter how terrible an MMO turns out to be in the long run, you
at
simply
the beginning
can't beat the fun that the launch of a new MMORPG provides, especially if it's launched globally at the same time,
100%.
and nobody knows the optimal way to play the game.
Yes.
So yes, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to give it a try and make tons of content about the game. But that's it for this video.
Me too,
guys.
bro.
As always, let me know your thoughts on Throne and Liberty in the comments below. Has any of the information presented in this video changed your view on the game? What are your biggest concerns for it so far? Social media on screen,
what is
help
this?
us out with a like for the algorithm gods.
Yes, go follow, like, and subscribe to my boy, okay?
Liberty. I've been waiting on this for a while.
Oh, he's literally oh no, he's reacting to something else. Damn, Asmon, relax. Relax, bro. No, this sounds good, man.
A year since the release of
this sounds very good. Alright, let me actually... I'm not sure. I'm not subscribed to LazyPeon, which is crazy. It's because I watch most of LazyPeon's content. I watch for, like, just Asmon. Because Asmon reacts to everything. I just have, like, Asmon in the background whenever I do random shit sometimes. And that's just how it ends up being. But yes, I will like and subscribe to my boy Lazy. He makes so much... Like, he makes so much videos on MMOs and just content overall. Which is very inspiring. There's something I want to do as well. I want to get in on that. play as many games as I can, because I'm nowhere near playing anything, because I don't really have that much time. Now I'm pretty much caught up with Lost Ark. I just play it whenever I can be bothered to. Genshin as well. I'm pretty much caught up. It's 3.6 releases tomorrow. I'm going to smash through the 3.6 update pretty much as soon as possible, and then boom, I'm back to not playing another game. I'm waiting for Honkai to come out, but that's not a MMO. Like, I want to get back into like an MMO. For Lost Ark, I would still be playing Lost Ark. I'll still be playing this game, but like I said, I'll just keep up with the latest updates, and whenever I could do the new raid, I will do it, and then I'll just dip. I mean, I'm pretty much, yeah, I just want to get my weapon glow up. That's what I'm going towards, getting that plus 20. And then Ancient is going to hit, and you could get even higher if you want, but doesn't matter because you don't need it until Arcan comes out. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll play every new raid in Lost Ark and everything new that happens in this game. But I'll stick to one character in my main, and then I just want to play other games. Like, I just want to see what's new. Want to try something else with my friends, you know. It is what it is. It is what it is. But no, great video, man. Thank you so much, Peon, as always. I do appreciate you. All the love. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, yeah.